Now, tonight, despite the government's planned deployment of police officers to lead a multinational security support mission in Haiti, potential hurdles await the agreement between Port-au-Prince and Nairobi, including the test of equivalence in the measure of reciprocity as enshrined in the National Police Service Act, and how Haiti, without a functional government, will meet the reciprocity criteria. Ayub Abdikadir takes a look at the holes in account of the planned deployment.
Even before the ink on the Kenya-Haiti reciprocal agreement on police deployment can dry up, there are already concerns on what shape the reciprocity will take. Reciprocating countries defined under the National Police Service Act as any country which the president may, being satisfied that the law of that country contains provisions reciprocal to this part and that Kenya is and shall be declared a reciprocating country for purposes of those provisions, by notice in the Gazette, declare to be a reciprocating country for the purposes of this part. But does Haiti meet this legal test?
It therefore appears highly improbable that there can be an act from the Haitian Parliament that allows reciprocity with Kenya. If you look at Section 107, as read with Section 108 of the National Police Service Act, the failure to have a reciprocity accord with the Haitians based on Haitian law might not be satisfied. It's highly unlikely that the Haitians have a law in place.
Prime Minister Ariel Henry, who has been in power since the assassination of Jovenel Moise, has no parliament with elected representatives of the people, and disbanded the electoral body, dismissed the country's chief prosecutor, and since the expiry of his temporary mandate a year ago, rules by decree. It is not therefore clear how the agreement signed at State House in Nairobi will be ratified by Haiti.
Failure to have legal approval by Haitian Parliament and not having benefited from a vote by the Haitian people, Ariel Henry is definitely on illegal and unconstitutional basis as a Prime Minister.
While the law does not prohibit the deployment of the Kenya Police Service outside the country, crucial constitutional steps have not been undertaken as the law prescribes.
Unfortunately, this treaty, for all intents and purposes, appears not to have conformed to the requirements of the Treaty Making and Ratification Act, including the requirement of public participation. And therefore, such a treaty entered into in this manner will amount to an illegality.
Former Defense Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa has challenged the state to reconsider the planned deployment due to domestic insecurity challenges.
Askari wetu kutoka Kenya hadi Haiti ni zaidi ya over 12,000 kilometers. That distance across the Atlantic does not make sense that we send our officers there. Na hapa karibu Baringo, hapa Samburu, watu wetu wanawawa sababu hakuna askari wa kutosha kule Samburu.
The planned Haiti deployment, which according to the government is meant to restore law and order in the Caribbean country, has been subject to scrutiny, including what's Kenya's geopolitical goal, and in the midst of rising insecurity incidences and a police-public ratio way below the required United Nations standard. Ayub Abdikadir, Citizen TV.